Hello, and thank you for joining us. The Delta Foundation for Spiritual Studies Meditation 1 course, a comprehensive introduction to meditation for our daily lives. I'm Dr. Karen Baker, a licensed clinical psychologist and founder and CEO of the Delta Foundation for Spiritual Studies, where spirit and science meet. We offer spiritual education and training to all from any background and from many perspectives, to all who are willing to receive. For this course, I am joined by Dr. Patrick Massey, MD, PhD, and he also has a doctorate in metaphysics, and Nicole Watters, intuitive medium and soul alignment emissary. So for this course, you can see we've provided an overview of what to expect, and we'll review this weekly. For week 1, we'll provide general information, breath training, setting your space and setting yourself, beginning meditation, and beginning a meditation practice. In week 2, we'll talk about the medical and health benefits of meditation and how to expand and lengthen your daily meditation practice. In week 3, we'll discuss the history and psychological benefits of meditation and also expand your daily meditation practice and continue at home. A few notes to consider as you participate in this and other courses. Between sections, we will note that this might be a good place to pause and reflect and/or write in your journal. Also, between meditation practices, we will mention this might be a good time to pause the video, get up and move your body a bit, stretch, walk around, or whatever feels right for you, so that you will feel ready to settle in to begin the next meditation practice. So let's begin. Why do we meditate? First of all, let's talk about what meditation is, at least for the purposes of this class. It is the practice of accessing a different form of consciousness that without meditative practice may be difficult or impossible to access. With meditation, we are attaining a state of consciousness different from the normal awake state, not a state of unconsciousness. It is a technique to connect, whereas we rest the mind and turn off the noise. We likely have access to many levels of consciousness. However, for the purpose of this course, we'll concentrate on meditation. With meditation, we quiet our experience of the external world and focus our attention inward. To begin, to the middle part of our being, turning within. This is where the connection happens and begins. We connect to ourselves and everything as consciousness, which is our interconnectedness to all. So, what is consciousness? Well, that's a good question, and it has many definitions. Consciousness, according to the Stanford Dictionary of Philosophy, states that perhaps no aspect of mind is more familiar or more puzzling than consciousness and our conscious experience of self and world. The problem of consciousness is arguably the central issue in current theorizing about the mind. Despite the lack of any agreed-upon theory of consciousness, there is a widespread, if less than universal, consensus that an adequate account of mind requires a clear understanding of it and its place in nature. We need to understand both what consciousness is and how it relates to other non-conscious aspects of reality.
Hello, I am Nicole Watters, and welcome to the Delta Foundation for Spiritual Studies, Meditation 1 class, Going Within. Thank you for being here today. What an honor it is to be of service to you all. Meditation is not religion. It is the connection to the energy and feeling of you. It is completely individualized by you, by how you receive and choose to receive who you are in each moment, waking and asleep. Meditation strengthens with time as you put time into yourself. It allows you to recognize that you are a being, a soul with a body. It reminds you that you choose for you and only you. You are the one in control of your body, mind, and soul. Meditation helps you to remember that you are trustworthy. It clarifies this more and more each moment that you give to yourself by choosing to meditate. Each time you meditate, You are choosing to accept you and allow yourself to see your truth from where you are. There is no outside source that has the magic answers. You already carry it within. We all do. It helps you to hold the power of you, to awaken to your purest potential, and trust it to feel your connection to all that is. Throughout these courses, we will be using the term source quite often. When we are speaking of source, we are speaking of the all-creator. Whether you see this energy as God, Buddha, Allah, nature, Earth Mother, universe, or any other name you refer to your highest power, or perhaps nothing at all, that is also your choice. We call this highest power source here in class to honor all. By introducing you to an overview of the many aspects of meditation, and with enough information and experience to begin your own daily practice, our hope is that you will desire to continue with this course of study and the practice of meditation. An important part of your meditation practice can be to continue pulling through what was received by writing down or journaling your thoughts, feelings, emotions, or whatever comes. As we begin, let's take a moment to consider what brought you here and what you plan to accomplish in this class. You are setting your intention by doing this. Write it down on a piece of paper and keep it to review at the end of the course. We will begin with an alignment of self and an energy clearing. Thank yourself for being here today. Let's take a moment to connect within. We will first ask you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Now just breathe easy and naturally. I'm going to take you through a visualization of remembering that you are a soul with a body. Please close your eyes and follow the flow of the words I am speaking. See yourself sitting in a chair at the beach. Your feet are bare and flat upon the sand. The top layer of sand is warm. The sun is shining down upon you, filling your body with warmth. You start to shift your feet back and forth through that top layer of warm sand and into the cooler layers that radiate below the surface. You realize in this moment, you have remembered your connection to the earth and the loving support she holds for you. You are feeling this connection fully. The earth is pure source energy and light, holding our bodies and allowing our souls to be connected and held within them. The light of the earth flows up through the bottom of your feet, through your legs, up your torso, through your heart, your throat, your forehead, out through the top of your head, and right to source. And from source, this light flows back down through the top of your head, your forehead, your throat, your heart, torso, legs, and back down through the soles of your feet into the earth. This light is never ending, continuously flowing, uninterrupted, always flowing up and down from earth to source and back, radiating and clearing any and all heavy feelings, energies, or thoughts, taking them into the flow and transmuting them to source or the earth to be released and cleared. Sit and truly feel and know this connection as your truth. This is your inherent right just for being the soul you are. Allow yourself to feel and radiate the pureness of this truth of your being. You are light. Nothing can ever come between your light and source. Feel as you connect the pull of strength in your chest and throughout your body. This is who you truly are. This is your whole self on all levels at all times. we just sometimes forget. But it's in the remembering we find our truth and our truest guidance. Please take a few more moments to pull this truth forward within yourself and feel your light amplified by it. When you are ready, open your eyes. Know that you can focus upon your light and your connection to Source at any moment moving forward. It takes but a breath to remember you are always connected to Self and Source. Now let's talk about setting your space and preparing yourself. The first step is to prepare your meditation space. Let's call it your sacred space. When you begin your daily meditation practice, it is best to meditate in the same place every time. Sacred space is a space that you create. It is where you feel 100% safe and comfortable and may remain undisturbed. It belongs to you. Choose a comfortable chair and fill the space with things you love, things that make you feel good. Bring in a beautiful plant, crystals, or perhaps a few favorite stones. You may want to light candles or incense. Keep it simple and clean. It will be more inviting for you to come back to daily, which is what we really recommend you to do to build your practice. Once we have identified and prepared our space, let's prepare our bodies. We will talk about how to position our body and breath to support your best meditation practice. It will be helpful to sit up in a chair with your feet flat on the ground, or sit on the floor, whatever you prefer. If we lay down, though, we may become too comfortable and may fall asleep, not making the meditation practice our priority. Not even on purpose, but the body may relax too much. Meditation is an active, intentional process, which is why seated is best. Place your palms gently on your lap, facing up for receiving. Your head and neck are comfortably straight, facing forward. Let your gaze be easy and take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you breathe, become aware of any tension within your body, and with each breath, allow that tension to leave. Allow your body to relax. In this moment in space now, the only thing you need to concentrate on is this. Everything else in and around your life does not need to be a part of your focus right now. It will all still be there when you have finished your meditation. For now, let it go. Continue to focus on you and your breath and feel your body relaxing with each breath you take. This placement of your body will help you to be aware that you are being here now in a meditation. When one sense shifts down, it strengthens the others, allowing for deeper experiencing with the remaining senses. Now your body is set, and your meditation can begin in a heightened way. Sitting down and meditating in the same sacred space at the same time every day builds and amplifies the energy of you within the space, which makes it easier for you to meditate. From a behavioral perspective, you have placed this space under stimulus control. And as you return to this space daily, your body is already preparing for meditation. Have your journal and something to write with in your space so you will be ready to journal following your meditation. Even if it's just 2 or 3 words, whatever comes, write it down. Also remember to drink plenty of water before and after your meditation and throughout your day. I would like to thank you all for allowing me to be a part of this journey with you. I am grateful. Honor yourself for choosing this path of growth and expanded awareness on this life's journey. And before we begin talking about meditation, it's important to begin with knowledge of breath.
Let's start with breath. Focused breathing is the foundation of meditation. Meditation offers us the opportunity to use the simple act of inhaling and exhaling to radically transform the clutter of our mind from chaos to calm, clear awareness. This is why focused breathing is the foundation of meditation. From a biological perspective, proper breathing supports our body and all its functions. When we breathe, we are bringing in all that gives us life, so it makes sense to pay attention to the quality of our breath. As we breathe in through our nose or mouth, oxygen from the atmosphere moves down through the trachea, through the bronchial system, to the alveoli, where it is sent into the bloodstream. Understanding how oxygen gets to our bloodstream explains part of the importance of breath. Back to the bronchial system. These are the airways that split off from the trachea, supplying each lung. These airways branch off like limbs on a tree, getting smaller and smaller until becoming microscopic, eventually leading to tiny air sacs called alveoli. Here the gas exchange occurs and oxygen is absorbed into the bloodstream. Gravity affects this. In an upright position, more blood is in the lower part of the lungs. I'll come back to this. There is some Western research to date on how managing and retraining of our breath can improve overall well-being, both mental and physical, but not as much as I expected to find in researching this topic. However, in the East, breath is well understood to affect and control our life force energy. Many believe the quality of one's breath is representative of the quality of one's life. Have you ever thought about how you're breathing? We understand breath as our life force, energy that sustains us. By observing how you are breathing at any given moment, you can get a pretty clear signal on the state of your mind and body, what you are thinking and how you are feeling. In the book, The Science of Breath, the authors discuss prana and talk about how it is our vital life force. Other traditions may refer to this energy as chi, life energy, or many other names. Prana is a Sanskrit word meaning the breath of life and is understood as the sacred act of inhaling the energy of spirit to nourish all levels of our being and exhaling or releasing the thoughts, feelings, emotions, and toxins that are stored within us. The rhythm and rate of our breath can both reflect and create the status and quality of our physical and mental condition. Our breath provides oxygen for fuel to our bodies, which energizes it and fills us with life. Oxygen-rich blood pumps through our veins to support our bodies. If we were to become more aware of our breath and breathing patterns, we might better understand ourselves and energy flow both within our bodies and around us, which affect us. Energy through breath can come in frequent short bursts or more gradual waves. With each breath, energy flows constantly, shaping and restructuring. For example, when we hold our breath, we feel a contraction in our bodies. When we contract a muscle in our arm, we disrupt the normal energy flow in that part of our body. You can feel it. As you can see on this slide, there are 3 common primary forms of breathing, which we'll discuss for this course. According to Rama and others, diaphragmatic, thoracic, chest breathing, and clavicular. I encourage you, if you are interested, to continue your exploration and knowledge of breath if you so choose. The diaphragm is located below the lungs and supports oxygen flow through the entire lung, down to the bottom where the oxygen is sent into the bloodstream. Diaphragmatic breathing is considered deep breathing and also utilized by singers, vocalists, athletes, and those professions which require breath control. If you're not familiar with diaphragmatic breathing, place your hand on your belly, then take a few breaths, just extending your belly. This is the breathing that uses your diaphragm. The thoracic area of breath is located in the area around your ribs and involves expanding and contracting the ribs. This is thoracic breathing. Most of us are breathing this way. The third way is clavicular breathing, and it is usually only engaged when a maximum amount of air is needed, such as during exercise, when you have to take that really deep breath. These 3 types of breathing can be coordinated to create one smooth breathing pattern, which maximizes oxygen intake and breathing. As you recall in my earlier discussion of how oxygen moves through our bodies to get to the bloodstream, Diaphragmatic breathing gets to the lower portion of our lungs and results in maximum output in an upright position. Let's take a moment and practice diaphragmatic breathing. Place your hand on your belly, and as you inhale, keep your shoulders and chest still and feel your hand rise on your belly. Let's do this a couple of times to get connected to that feeling. I work with some of my patients on diaphragmatic breathing, and if they're having a hard time breathing with the diaphragm, then I suggest lay on the floor on your back, and once again, place your hand on your belly, and with every in-breath, feel your belly rise. I was taught this is diaphragmatic breathing. Now in an upright position, seated or standing, take a few breaths at your own pace using your diaphragm, and feel how refreshing you feel taking in breath all the way to the bottom of your lungs and expelling all of that old air from all the way down from the bottom of your lungs. Practice this breathing as often as you're able, and soon it will become kind of second nature or your normal way of breathing. As we continue to breathe the oxygen-rich air around us deep into our lungs, we will feel the difference in our bodies. Let's just take a few moments and enjoy this deep, rich breath. Notice how it feels. Different? And it's not heavy breathing, it's deep breathing. You may want to take a brief pause here, as we mentioned earlier, to reflect and or move your body so that you'll be ready to return and settle into your space to begin with our meditation practice, which follows. We've talked about preparing ourselves in space. Next, we have a combined meditation where you'll focus within and set an intention at the beginning, take a few deep breaths, and then move into a silent breathing meditation. When meditating, it's normal for your thoughts and mind to wander. And if it happens, notice the thought and return your attention to your breath. With each time that you direct your attention away from your wandering mind, you are creating and laying down new neural connections and pathways which will strengthen your ability to direct your thoughts. What fires together wires together. Many of us believe we have no control over our thoughts. We all have the ability to direct our thoughts, though. Some of us just need to exercise that ability and strengthen that pathway. And with practice, it becomes easier. We will begin now with a simple breathing meditation that we've compiled over the years from differing practices. We'll do this in 2 stages. First, learning to turn within to quiet the outside world, and then we'll do a practicing breathing exercise. I learned turning within from studying focusing, a practice discovered by Eugene Gendlin, an American psychologist. He worked with this in the 1970s. I've been taught meditation is an active process, not passive, so it may be best done seated, not lying down. But as with anything, you choose what is best for yourself. First, let's learn to turn within. Sit comfortably in your chair or on the floor. Let's take a few deepening breaths together to relax our bodies and minds. Breathe in and practice your diaphragmatic breathing. We're going to breathe in for 6, hold for 3, and out for 6. Let's do this 4 times. You can imagine a wave coming in toward you slowly to the count of 6, then it moves up to crest for the count of 3, and then back out to shore with your out breath for the count of 6. Let's begin. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable with that. Also, you may notice some outside noise coming in to our space or your space. That's normal. Just continue to focus on the sound of your breath and continue with the meditation practice. So we'll begin with breath. We'll breathe in for the count of 6, hold for 3, and out for 6. Ready? Let's begin. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 2, 3. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that your mind and body are relaxed, feel yourself sinking into your chair or floor. Notice the muscles in your face relaxing. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Feel the weight of your shoulders softening. Feel your back gently resting on the back of your chair. Feel your legs supported by the seat of your chair or floor. Feel the earth underneath your feet grounding you. Now, as you sit in the stillness of the space, we'll begin to quiet our experience of the outside world and settle into your own space. Gently breathe at your normal pace, and with your next in-breath, bring your awareness inside to the middle part of your being, the part that includes your throat, chest, stomach, and abdomen. And as you focus your awareness within to the middle part of your being, you may notice something immediately or after a while, such as a sensation, a tingling, a feeling, a word, or an image come into your awareness. You may not experience anything at first, and that's okay too. Let's just sit with this for another minute and be in stillness. Welcome what comes into your awareness. Now, we have begun our practice of learning how to turn within. Before we come back, we thank our bodies for allowing us to be present within, and thank our body for sharing their wisdom and wonder with us. And with gratitude and love, we give thanks. When you are ready, gently open your eyes, and you may return to our shared space. Notice if you felt something. Notice if you didn't, or if something was just at the tip of your awareness, but not able to be understood or felt. That is the beginning, and a perfect place to start. You might want to take a few moments to write down your experience in your journal. Now, let's begin part 2 of our meditation with a grateful heart. We have learned to quiet our mind and turn within. So please sit comfortably in your chair, and for this practice, you will breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. This facilitates energy flow around your body. The sound of your breath is audible. We can hear it. Breathe in and out at your normal pace. During this practice, it will be normal once again for your mind to wander. As we mentioned earlier, when this happens, just notice it, no judgment, and return your thoughts to the sound of your breath. Eyes open or closed, your choice. I usually close my eyes. We will begin by setting your intention and place it in your mind's eye. I usually start with something like, I am calm, or my colleague states, I am divine optimal health. Choose your own intention. So let's begin. For this week, I will set a timer for 10 minutes. Now, as we return to our shared space, how was that experience? Take a few minutes to write down your thoughts about your own experience. And, as always, thank you for sharing your practice with me.
Let's talk about how to begin a practice at home. Meditating during the same time of day and repeating it for at least 30 days sets your practice. For beginners, the first week, focus on a breathing meditation for 10 minutes each day at the same time, or close to it, every day. I practice in the morning. Select a time that you feel confident with to begin, and then increase it weekly. The next week, meditate for 15 minutes a day. The third week, work up to 20 minutes. And the fourth week, stretch your meditation as long as you can, up to 30 minutes during the first month. It may be difficult, and you may find your mind wandering. That's okay. When you notice a wandering thought, consistently return your thoughts to the sound of your breath. If you miss a day, so be it. Be easy with yourself. Just begin again the next day. Stick with your practice, and over time, you will find that it becomes easier and your body will receive more relaxation benefit. If you feel like you can start with 5 minutes per day or even just 2 minutes a day, that's okay. Start where you feel confident and increase your practice time weekly. Over time, with consistent daily practice, you will be able to extend your meditation to your desired time. We know that the more you practice, the easier it gets, and the more you practice, the more relaxation your body receives, among other benefits. I started meditating after I had my first back surgery about 11 years ago now. I was becoming more and more aware of my connection to spirit and my own self. I was starting to make connections with my sense of awareness and my connection to the angelic realms. I would have many visitations from them and be guided to meditate to strengthen my connection even more with them. Through my meditations, I began to heighten my clear hearing, seeing, clear knowing, and amplified feeling. The more I sat and tried to meditate, I would find it a bit difficult. I tried many ways at first. Sitting on the floor, it was very hard for me since I just underwent 2 major back surgeries. But I tried it anyways because I thought that's how it should be. I could not focus so well because I would feel uncomfortable and would only begin to focus on that. So I tried to lay down in my bed. That would work for a little while, but I would find I fell asleep a lot. So I tried to sit in a chair then. That worked better because I felt supported, but could also be more aware and not fall asleep. As I began, I started listening to guided meditations via a spiritual network, which was still fairly new to me at this time. But I found myself trying too hard to follow it, and hence my brain was just working overtime and questioning all of it instead of finding peace. I would notice that I would channel more information in the space of time between shutting off the meditation and before getting up and out of the chair. This led me to wanting to know if my experience with that was true or if I was just creating it, the voices, the visions. I decided to just trust it, and the channeling picked up. My visions and hearing began to get clearer and clearer, so I stuck with it. I thought, okay, I must be onto something here. My guidance was coming in strong, and that's when I was guided to see a shaman, which then, after practicing quietly for a while, I thought maybe I should add some native sounds and music. But after a while, I noticed that my brain was again working and thinking too much, and I believe it was Archangel Michael who told me to go silent with nothing. So I did. I continued to awaken to my connection of self and had begun to see and hear more and more guidance that was slowly changing my life and experiences. I noticed a shift within myself, and others began to notice it within me also. I liked who I was uncovering and becoming, and felt peaceful and whole. It resonated so deeply with me that I kept following it, and it has led me to where I am today. I am honored and grateful for following that leap of faith I took so many years ago, to share it with you all now.